So welcome back. Welcome back from these few minutes of focused meditation. I want to talk for a few minutes here about what is it that we do here? Why are we doing this? Why are we taking the time to sit and maybe get bored or upset or annoyed? What is it all about? And oftentimes teachers or books, they describe this practice of mindfulness, this practice of meditation, as a practice of developing freedom. A practice of developing freedom, freedom from our own reaction, our own compulsion, obsessions, our own patterns. So I just wanted to say a few things about that because I really believe that that's true. That's what this practice does to us. We do the practice at the beginning, but as we move along, the practice does it to us, changing us in some strange ways. And the freedom that is talked about here is not freedom from all the annoyances and the slings and arrows of life, because those will always happen to us. We don't have control most of the time on the problems we encounter, the difficult people we have to deal with, the unwanted bills we get, or unexpected bills, the bad results on our blood test, or the difficulties that other people are experiencing. We don't have control over all of that, or what happened to us in our past, right? Our childhood experiences. So we will always be kind of on the receiving end of whatever life is throwing at us. And of course, a lot of it is good. We're grateful for that. But we know that there will be slings and arrows. So we're not going to be free from that. But what the practice of mindfulness and meditation is encouraged us to do is to observe how do we react to all these things that are happening to us or around us, right? We are human, so we are going to react. That's what our bodies are made for, our heart, emotions are made for, our minds are made for. We're going to react and engage. And that's natural, that's normal. Reaction means when we have pain, we're going to get upset. If it's hot, we want to get warmer. If it's warm, we want to get cooler. If we're hungry, we want to eat. So we are reacting like human beings. If somebody says something nasty and unpleasant, we're going to get angry. Somebody doesn't do what we want, we get frustrated. Yes, we think something bad is going to happen, we get fear, we get anxieties, or we get depressed, or we get joy, or we get hope. These are always going to come as well. And as we know too well, our mind is going to continue to work, come up with new stuff, new plans, new ideas, new judgments. We like this, we don't like that. So this is going always to continue. And the mindfulness invites us to notice all of that, notice what's happening, notice how we react to it completely normally as normal beings. And at some point, choosing to let go. Once we notice that our reaction has started, our anger has started, our fear, our anxiety, whatever our judgment, our storytelling, our worrying, we notice, because now we take the time to observe what's going on. We notice, and for a quick moment, we have a choice. We can just let it go. I notice the anger is coming up. I feel it fully, but I can choose to let it go because of the practice. I notice the worry, the obsession, the habitual thoughts that drive me into that rabbit hole. I notice it, I know it well, And because of the practice of mindfulness, the practice of meditation, I have a choice to let it go after a minute or two. So the freedom that we're talking about is not freedom from all these things happening to us or action. The freedom is the freedom to stop it early, right? Instead of being upset for an hour, for a day, for a week, like I used to be, I'm upset for a minute, sometimes not even, or worried or fearful of some things happening. It gets shorter and shorter and shorter. I catch myself and I let it go. Or that story, but I'm always ruminating, that thing that happened in the past, right? I notice I'm going down there and I choose to let it go. So that's the freedom that we're talking about. The freedom of disengaging, of letting go of whatever is capturing us in this moment. And you may notice it very simply with painful, physical pain, like something as simple as a mosquito bite. You know, we can get really upset with a mosquito bite and start, swearing and scratching and running for the medication. But with mindfulness and practice, we notice, there's pain here. There's a reaction on my skin. It's unpleasant. But I also know it's going to be gone in 10 minutes. So I can let go of the drama. I can let go of all the worrying and the upset. I just let go. I know it's going to pass. Maybe in 10 minutes, I won't even remember anything. So sometimes it shows up in things as simple as that, being able to just be with some physical discomfort without getting upset, without getting up, to be with some strong emotion, discomfort that arise and just wait it out. And of course, noticing all these obsessive thoughts, these ruminations that take us, all this strong judgment, these strong opinions that we have, and just choosing to let them go. Sometimes it shows up in choosing to let go of an argument. I know I'm right. My idea is the right one. And the other person thinks differently. And I notice I can just let go of the argument. I can just let the whole thing drop off my shoulder. And I'm the one who becomes free, not the other person. But I can free myself from this compulsion of being right. So each one of us has different things that bug us, different compulsions, different reactivity patterns, different physical patterns that we react to as well. And each one of us, as we become more aware of them, as we become to know them, to feel them, to recognize them through the practice of meditation, each one of us can develop that small moment of freedom where we can let it go. It's our choice, right? And that's why people call it freedom. Freedom from this compulsive way of being, from this unconscious way of being, that oftentimes make our life, more unpleasant than it has to be. So that's the freedom that the teachers talk about and that I talk about as well, because I have certainly experienced that at various times in my life. That's the freedom that I wish for you as you continue this practice, right? That's what it's about. It's not about becoming more a righteous. It's about becoming more free, little by little, right? Step by step, a day at a time, one emotion at a time, one moment at a time, stepping into that. I wanted to give you a moment to kind of ponder that and then have your own moment and speak for yourself whether this makes sense to you or seems like just a lot of abstract things that don't relate to your life. Seems too good to be true even. Sometimes I used to think this is just too good to be true what these teachers are talking about. So this is going to be your time now.